Internet, and welcome back to Moon Panda Power. I am your host, Pandragon Dan, and I'm joined, as always, with the magnificent Morgan Strong Comnick.
Konnichiwa, minasan.
What she said, yeah.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Yeah, so welcome to part 2 in our top 5 best animes. We did the last video where I did my top 5 animes, and I probably went on a lot longer than I should have done.
Dan has a lot of passion, which I enjoy.
So this time, well, we're going to let Morgan talk about her favourite animes. If you haven't seen the first video, I'll leave a quick link to it on the screen now, so you can check that out to see what my favourite animes are. But I'm now going to hand you over, without any further ado, to my wonderful assistant Morgan, who's now going to tell you what her top 5 animes are.
I have seen about 180 animes in my lifetime, so this is a very hard list because I love them all. But I'm very excited to talk about my top 5. And before I do the top one later, I'll do my honorable mention just to kind of keep you on your toes, because I'm sure Dan has some guesses on what I like.
No, I've been trying to guess what would be on your list, and I think I've got a few, but I want to let you say them first so I can say if they're on my list or not. But I'm quite interested to find out what your list are, especially now you've mentioned that. So,
all right, so we'll get started with number 5. Ooh. And my 5th favorite anime of all time is called Chobits.
Ooh.
Chobits is from Clamp, which is a wonderful manga team of 4 ladies. So, go girl power.
Hey.
And Chobits is a great anime about this guy named Hideki Motosua. He has failed to enter college because he's not very intelligent. But his dream is to go to Tokyo so he can have better internet to go onto porn sites.
Oh.
We're starting off strong, yeah.
Keeping it classy.
He's a really good, farm. He grew up on the farm. Really good-hearted guy. Just one of those guys that never gets good luck. And he finds this cheap little apartment with a beautiful landlady. And he's out for a walk one night, and he finds what he thinks is a dead body in the trash can. But on further inspection, actually, is a Persicom. A Persicom is basically a personal computer that is shaped like a human, which is pretty awesome. And he takes her home, awakens her. Her name is Chi. And Chi is very unique for a Persicom. So this anime is wonderful. It's got beautiful couples. It's got kind of, how technology has run over our lives, but not in the, oh my gosh, the world is ending kind of way. It's just they coexist with us and look like us. And what I really like about it, other than the couples, is it makes you think, what is love? Because is it wrong to fall in love with a computer when it has emotions? That's kind of the plot of this anime, which is, it's awesome. It's kind of perverted sometimes. There's lots of nose bleeding. Lots of maids, if you get my drift. The manga, usually I like the manga better than animes, but in this case I like the anime a lot better, just because it's not as pervy. There's a lot of F-bombs in the manga, and that's just not my spiel, even though I love Clamp. But it's beautifully illustrated, just everything's beautiful about it. I've gotten everybody I know hooked on Chobits. Like, literally, every otaku I know is hooked on the show.
You had me at maids.
It has maids. So, personal computer maids is what makes Dan happy. Okay, good. From a little rich 12-year-old boy, he makes them all. Okay, that's pretty awesome. But it's a great show. It's 24 episodes, and there's a character on there named Sumomo, and she's a little bitty Persicom. She's like maybe 4 or 5 inches tall, and she's dressed like a little gypsy with a tambourine, and she got a whistle, and she's just adorable, and I can actually mimic her voice about perfectly.
Ooh.
So I'll maybe if I can do it in a minute if my nose doesn't get stuffed up. And I do this voice a lot for my students. They have no idea what the anime is, but my kindergartners just crack up. Because when she tries, she goes, bing bong, that's correct! Like that. And they love it. So, and she does wakey exercises! It's like 6 in the morning. So, I love it. I love Sumomo. She's great. So Chobits is my number 5. So if you like robots and love stories and apparently maids, then there you go. There you go.
I'll add that to my list then. I must say I don't think I've ever heard of that before now, but now I will definitely add that to my list of things to do, especially now you've mentioned personal computer maids and things like that. But well, really hope my mum's not watching this.
The computer maids aren't prevalent, but they are in the show, and I mean, the Persicoms are pretty cute, so it's pretty fun. She is adorable. She's like this innocent little lamb because her memory was wiped, and Hideki has to teach her things, and it's really adorable.
Excellent. Yeah,
number 4 is an anime that I introduced to everybody And because of the title, I get a lot of, really? Especially for my guy friends. You're gonna make me watch that, and then they end up in tears and love it as much as I do. My fourth favorite anime is called Princess Tutu.
I think you mentioned that on your blog before a couple of times.
Yes, I love the tutu.
So, yeah.
I love the tutu. Before I start about the plot, I owe Tutu for two things. I was going to say Tutu for two things. One is it got me acquainted with English anime voice actors and actresses and made me appreciate them more because it is dubbed so perfectly. I mean, just every character, even the little minor characters. It's kind of like Full Metal Alchemist, probably for you. Full Metal Alchemist has wonderful dubbing choices.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, Princess Tutu, and it's from Funimation as well, so several of them cross over,
Nice.
which is great. I can't remember. Like Lucy Christian is the main character. Jessica Biel is the villainess. So yeah, it's just fantastic. And then two, it introduced me to commentaries. Because I know what commentaries are, and I did back in the day when I got this in high school. I never had any interest to watch it. You know, I was like, okay, why don't I hear people talk about the show I'm watching? That's stupid. Oh my gosh, they're hilarious, especially anime voice actor commentaries. My brother and I will just watch the commentaries when we have them memorized. We quote them all the time, and people are crazy, but it's wonderful. So I owe Tutu for that. The story is there is a little duck. Her name is Duck. That's very original. She's a little duck. And she sees the little prince dancing in ballet. He's so sad, and she wants to make him feel happy. Well, I guess like a demented fairy godfather comes in. His name is Drosselmeyer. If you know anything about literature, you should know where that name comes from.
Okay.
Yeah. And he grants her wish and is to become a girl to help him be happy. And she becomes a little girl named Duck, again, original. But there's more to this prince than that. He has lost his emotions, like literally lost his emotions. And she is able to also become Princess Tutu, a ballerina superhero, to capture the shards of his broken heart and give them to him. And again, you're thinking, this sounds way too fluffy, cutesy. It gets darker.
Ooh.
It gets really dark. I mean, not to the point of like gore or anything, but it makes you think. The ending is very different than what I would want, and I cried. It was a good cry.
Okay.
But I cried. And it makes you think. It makes you think about what's more important. Writing your own story, or should you follow fate? Is fate even a thing? What if you are a character in somebody else's story? It's got all these things that you're like, wow, am I even real? It makes you think like that.
Ooh.
So it's an amazing anime. Again, it's very cutesy at first, but it's done so well. And all of the dances they do are based on ballets. And they have a real orchestra, professional orchestra, play all of the ballads, which is awesome. I mean, I never cared about orchestra music before, other than Nutcracker, because I love Nutcracker. But now it's great. So you'll be humming these tunes like, what is that from? Oh yeah, that's from the Ragdoll, which is episode 19 in Tutu. So, yeah, I know all that, and I quote it all the time. So Princess Tutu is my number 4 because it gave me a lot of great things into the anime world, and it's just one of the best animes ever, and it surprisingly has a very big male fan base.
Interesting. I might have to check that out, especially... well, funny enough, my mum actually used to teach dancing many, many years ago, so...
wonderful. Well, she might like it because hers might be a cute show with beautiful music and dancing. So, I mean, it doesn't really feel like an anime sometimes. It just feels like a work of art, which is awesome. The music's great. So I think everybody would love Tutu, and I would get excited when I see a Tutu cosplayer, which isn't very often.
Everyone loves the tutu.
Everybody loves the tutu. Especially my husband and my brother and everybody I've introduced it to. All my boyfriends like, oh, the tutu, and then everybody's like, what? It's great.
Okay, I'll add that to my to-watch list then.
Oh, I'm glad I'm giving you something to think about.
Right. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, my to-watch list is growing bigger and bigger all the time. When I get round to have seen these, then
I know.
be able to shave off. But for the time being, we'll have to stay on the to-watch list. All these great shows I'm probably missing out on.
Aw. Well, number 3. And this one, I quote this one too all the time. This one also got me hooked on commentaries. I've got the commentaries also memorized, and it's also from Funimation. Just happened to be that way. My third favorite anime of all time is Ouran High School Host Club.
Ooh. I think I know that one.
Oh, it's pretty popular. And you hear Host Club, and like the first time I said, Dad, I'm reading this book about a host club, his eyes got huge. He's like, what now? Again, I was in high school. I didn't know what a host club was until he told me. I go, oh, no. They're in high school. He goes, what? It's not like that. The premise is there is a girl named Haruhi Fujioka, and she just enrolls in the Oron Academy, which is like the super preppy, rich school. I mean, it's rich as can be. And she has got a scholarship there because it's also one of the best schools in the country. And she wants to be a doctor like her deceased mother was. Her mother passed away when she was a little girl.
Oh.
Always happens in anime. Always like that parent. And she got the very first scholarship ever, so she's trying to find a study room, and the school is huge. Well, she ends up in the music wing, and she opens the third door, and all of a sudden there's 6 guys standing there with roses and saying, "Welcome, lady." And, you know, like just being all, you know, like dazzling and fabulous, and she freaks out. She's so freaked out, she knocks over this vase that's worth $80,000.
Whoops.
Yeah, and obviously, since she's dirt poor, she can't afford it, so she has to become basically their servant.
Oh dear, I think I can see where this is going.
Yeah, and it's not perverted, but here's the catch. In the first whole episode, kind of spoilers, Haruhi is very frumpy looking. She lost her contacts, so she has glasses. Her hair is in her face. She's wearing a big sweater. She has no chest, so they think she's a dude.
Oh?
Yeah, so they just treat Haruhi like she's a, you know, an ugly guy, which sounds awful.
Ouch.
But then later, very slowly in the first episode, the characters get little light bulbs above their heads, like a little light bulb, ding, 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 and they break the fourth wall of this anime, by the way.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and they figure out slowly that Haruhi is a girl, even though she's officially been welcomed into the club because the other girl's like, "Oh, Haruhi is so sweet." So then they said, "Okay, you're gonna pretend to be a dude to get his money," and she's like, "Yeah, whatever, I don't care." She's like the most unemotional heroine ever, and they even make jokes about her being the worst heroine in anime ever, which is great. Again, breaking the fourth wall, because she's just like, "Yeah, I don't care." Except food. She loves food because again, she's poor.
Yeah,
She
who
never gets
doesn't?
her fancy food. I mean, it's just her trying to live in this rich world, and every episode is just crazy pandemonium, and it's wonderful. But there's some sweet little heartfelt moments there too. The manga is great as well. The anime stops, I think, at volume 8, and there's like 19, 17, 18, 19 manga volumes. So I heard rumors they're going to start season 2 next year in Japan.
Oh, cool.
I really hope that's true. So Oron is great. Again, another one that sounds, oh, you girls just like it because the boys are cute. Yeah, they're cute. I'm not gonna lie, but a lot of my guy friends love it too. Because it's just slapstick comedy that has actually a heart and it actually makes sense. I don't know if you see animes where it's just comedy and there's no plot and your brain hurts.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen a few of those. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't stand that. I gotta have at least a little plot.
Sure. Yeah.
To ground myself, and Oron's perfect for that. I've also met some of the voice actors. I met the main host, Tamaki's voice actor, Vic Mignogna, which you should know as
I know.
Elric.
Oh yes, I know that too well.
Yes, I met him.
And I'm dead jealous of you for that.
Oh, yes, I love him. I gave him actually Tamaki's rose color, and I gave him apple pie because he loves apple pie. And I got a hug. It was great. And then I met J. Michael Tatum, who is the serious one, Kiyoya. He's the accountant of the group, and you would know him from Scar in Brotherhood.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So yeah, so I got to meet some of the Oron people, which has been wonderful. And then I met the crazy psycho stalker girl Renge in the show, and Renge comes up from a powerful motor from the ground, and she spins around. She goes, "Oh ho ho!" While she goes on the motor. It's great. So yeah. So that's Oron High School Host Club. It is wonderful and glorious. And I love it.
Excellent. Well.
So maybe Dan could be a host one day.